This video is going to explain how atoms form ions. This goes with page 9 in your electrons packet. In the atomic theory unit, we introduced you to the concept of cation, which is an atom that has lost electrons, so it has a positive charge. If it lost electrons, that means its relationship of protons to electrons gives you more protons. That's where the positive charge comes in. Anions have done the opposite. They have gained electrons, so they have a negative charge. That means they have more electrons than they have protons. But that's not just some random thing where they like, oh, I'm going to gain an electron or lose one. There's a reason for it. And it has to do with what you've been learning about electron configuration. Elements are going to be chemically stable if they have full S and P sublevels in those valence or outermost energy levels. Well, an S sublevel can hold 2 electrons, and a P sublevel can hold 6 electrons. If both of those in the outermost energy level are full, that gives you a total of 8 electrons. So if an element or an atom has 8 valence electrons, it's chemically stable. So here it asks you to write out the orbital diagram for each of the following neutral atoms, meaning that the atomic number is going to tell you how many electrons they have. So if we were going to do that for the one in the middle, let's do this for magnesium. Then we would start with electron number 1, which is in 1s. So we would draw the box for 1s, and we would put that's electron number 1 and electron number 2. Then 3 and 4 are in 2s. So here's 2s, here's electron 3, here's electron 4. And then we're going all the way to 12 for magnesium, so that means I'm going to do all of the 2p sublevel. Here's electron number 5 and 6 and 7, and then come back down for 8, 9, and 10, and then numbers 11 and 12 are in 3s. So here's number 11 and here's number 12. And then if we wanted to have neon and fluorine, I've already done those, here they are. So here are the orbital diagrams for neon, magnesium, and fluorine. If we look at these 3 examples, which one has full valence S and P sublevels? So if we look at this one, here's the S sublevel, it's full. Here's the P sublevel, the 3 boxes, 2 electrons, 2 electrons, 2 electrons. This one is full. This one would not be considered full because 3 would be the valence electrons and there is no P sublevel. So this one's not full. And if you look at fluorine, S are the valence electrons and there's an empty space here. So the only one that is full here is neon. Which one of these would be full if it gained 1 electron? Well, this one was already full. This one, if it gained 1 electron, that would go in the 3p sublevel, but that would just be 1. It would not make it full, so it's not this one. If we come to fluorine, this one, if we had 1 more electron right there, it would make it full. So fluorine would be full if it gained 1 electron. Then which one would be full if it could lose its valence electrons and use the S and P that are underneath? Well, if we look at magnesium, it's got 2s and 2p that are full. And if it lost these 2 electrons, this would now become the valence energy level and it would be full. So magnesium would choose to lose. And we can tell this from looking at an orbital diagram, or we can look at the Lewis dot structures like you guys just learned last time. In a Lewis dot structure, all we are looking at are the valence electrons. So for everything in the first column, the first family, they have 1 valence electron. What that means is they look a lot like magnesium, only this only had 1 electron in it. It's very easy for them to lose that 1 electron and use the S and P that are underneath. So all of these here would lose their electron, their 1 valence electron underneath. Magnesium, if we did the dot diagram for it, it would have 2 dots. We could see that it would just lose those 2 dots. So it would lose 2. Boron was also in the video from before. So there are 3 valence electrons. That means it would have the that would be 2s2 and a 2p1. Well, if it lost those 3, it would then use the underneath, and so this one would lose 3. And then over here is fluorine, where we can see that it has room for 1 more electron. So if it gained 1 more electron right here, then it would have a full valence energy level. So these gain 1. So summarize in your notes, why do atoms gain electrons? In your own words, why do you think atoms gain electrons? And then over here, why do atoms lose electrons?